Hey guys, and welcome back to Bee's Kitchen. I hope everyone is doing well. If you're new to this YouTube channel, you are welcome. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button. Today I am going to show you guys how to make this delicious oven baked jollof rice. So stay with me and let's get started on this recipe. For the jollof rice I'll be making, I'm going to be using some smoked goat meat. Of course, feel free to use any meat of your choice. To cook the goat meat, I'll be blending together some onions, ginger, Scotch bonnet and garlic. I will add enough water and I'll blend till smooth. I'm now going to add the blended mixture to the goat meat, and I will also rinse my blender with a little bit of water and I will add it back to the pot. Next, I will be seasoning the goat meat. Once I've added all my seasonings, I'm just mixing everything together. Next, I will cover and allow the meat to simmer until tender. I'm now going to begin by blending some of the ingredients which I'll be using to make the jollof rice. In my blender, I have added Scotch Bonnet. I'm going in with some shallots. I will also add some ginger and garlic. Next, I'll be adding a little bit of water, just enough to blend these ingredients until smooth. Try not to add too much water at this stage because you don't want your mixture to be watery. Time to start making a jollof rice. So to my pot, I've added oil. I'm going to allow the oil to come to heat, and as soon as the oil has heated, I've just added my chopped onions, and I'm just going to fry the onions on low to medium heat until fragrant and translucent. Time to add some curry powder to the onions, and I'll just simmer for 1 minute. Adding curry powder to jollof rice just elevates the jollof rice to the next level. And at this stage, when the curry powder is just simmering away with the onions, my goodness, it smells amazing. A minute later, time to add the blended mixture. I will mix everything together. I will cover and allow this to simmer on low to medium heat for 8 to 10 minutes. Occasionally, I will stir to minimize burning. Eight to 10 minutes later, guys, this smells absolutely divine, and we haven't even gotten anywhere yet. I'm now going to add the tomato puree. Next, I'll mix everything together. I'll continue to allow this to simmer on low to medium heat for an additional 8 to 10 minutes. Occasionally, I will stir to minimize burning. At this stage, I'm just going to stir to minimize burning. And guys, if I tell you the aroma coming from this pot, everything smells so good. I cannot wait for this jollof rice to be finished. I'm now going to blend my tin tomato till smooth. And 8 to 10 minutes later, I'm now going to add the blended tinned tomato. I'll mix everything together well. Next, I will add my seasonings. As I've added all my seasonings, I'm just going to mix everything together, and I'll allow the stew to continue to simmer on low to medium heat until the oil from the stew rises to the top. This will indicate that the stew is ready. Guys, please don't forget that occasionally you have to stir to minimize burning. Now time to check on the goat meat to ensure that it is nice and tender, and to do this I'll be using a fork just to poke some of the meat, and if the fork slides through like this one did, it indicates that the meat is nice and tender. So what I'm going to do now is remove the meat from the stock, and I'll put this into an oven-proof dish. Guys, please don't discard your stock. It is full of flavor and is going to go in the jollof rice. And as you can see, this is my meat in my oven-proof dish, and I'll set the stock aside for later use. I'm now going to check on the stew to ensure that the oil has risen to the top, and as you can see, it has beautifully. And guys, this stew smells amazing. It smells incredible, but as you can see, I have too much oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my cooker, and now I'm going to remove some of the excess oil. I will not discard it though. I will set it aside, so anytime I'm making tomato stew, I will use that oil as my base because it's already full of flavor. I'm now going to wash my rice, ready to add it to my tomato stew. Please wash your rice until the water runs clear. So guys, before I add the rice to the stew, I just want to ensure to let you know that at this point the cooker is off. There's no heat going to the stew because I'll be making this in the oven. So at this point I've just added the rice, and next what I'm going to do is add the meat stock. The meat stock is going to be the liquid, or should I say the moisture, which is full of flavor. The rice I'm using AAA rice, which it doesn't like too much water. However, depending on the type of rice that you're using, at a certain stage you may need to sprinkle a little bit of water on top of your jollof rice, but I will let you know at which stage that you may need to do that. I'm now going to pour the rice into an oven-proof baking dish, and next what I'm going to do is cover the rice with foil and place it in my oven, which have been preheating at 200 degrees. every 20 minutes I will take the rice out of the oven and I will just give it a good stir to ensure that it's cooking evenly. I've just placed the jollof rice and the meat in the oven. I'm going to cook the meat for 10 to 15 minutes and of course the jollof rice for longer. And 10 to 15 minutes of cooking the meat in the oven. As you can see, it has this beautiful brown color to it, just how I like it. It looks like it was deep fried, but it wasn't. I'm just going to set this aside for later use. 20 minutes of cooking the jollof rice in the oven. I have taken it out of the oven, and what I'm going to do now is just give it a good stir to redistribute heat and also to ensure that the jollof rice is cooking evenly. This is the same step you would take if you were making the jollof rice on the fire in a pot, so nothing has changed here. Next, I will cover with foil and I'll place it back into the oven and allow it to continue to cook. I have taken the jollof rice out of the oven one more time, and as you can see, it looks a lot different to when I first took it out. So this is another 20 minutes of it being in the oven, and I'm just giving it a good stir to continue redistributing the heat to ensure that it's still cooking very well. As I mentioned, I am using AAA rice, and at this stage I am not going to add any water because this rice doesn't like water at all. But depending on the type of rice that you're using, if it needs water, please do add some. Try not to add too much because you don't want your jollof rice to turn out mushy or sticky. I'm now going to add my meat. I'll mix everything together. I will cover it with foil, put it back in the oven, and just allow it to completely cook. And guys, 10 to 15 minutes later, the jollof is ready. Just look at this beauty. I have been waiting patiently for my jollof rice. It smells amazing. My mouth have just been watering. And guys, you will not believe I even got cancelled. I got cancelled from this jollof rice. Hey. Look at my cancel. Look at the cancel. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so, and click that notification bell which will notify you whenever I post delicious recipes like this. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.